welcome to the Retro Robbins Show with me, Wayne, and of course Emo there, my AI who likes to dance to AY Robot. A bit like me. Well, what's on today's show? We've got Tough to Crash number issue 36, where we get to re-review all of the Crash smashes from out of that particular issue. This particular Crash was a Christmas special, so there was a little bit more meat than normal issues, so there was a bit more in it, if you know what I mean, including playing tips with loads of plenty of pokes and way of cheating the game. Plenty has been going on since my last show. Yet we had the launch of KS3, the latest Kickstarter for the Sinclair Spectrum Next, which has netted over 1.5 million in backers. That's about 4,500 in total. Next going to be on the market, if you know what I mean. Not on the market, to the backers that have backed the Kickstarter. Quite shocked me actually, because I didn't know whether this was going to be as successful as number 2 or even as successful as number 1. I thought maybe the appetite with the Retro Spectrum had sort of lost its appeal with the Spectrum Next, but as it happens I was completely wrong. And now we've added a Commodore Core, in other words, as an FPGA that's got a more capable FPGA in it, so it can do a lot more things. So we're going to have a look at some more new games, and hopefully we'll take a retro system that you don't normally get to see played to finish the show off with. A couple of my live streams went quite well and lots of prizes were given out too. And I've got more prizes to give out, so if you keep an eye on my live streams, that's where you can get involved and you'll be able to, shall we say, win some prizes. And I usually start by saying you win the Retro Robbins tape, but then I'll throw a few extra random goodies in just for good measure. Well, there's a few things left for you to do now. We're looking forward to Crash live in November at Kenilworth. By the way, today's show is always sponsored by Fusion Retro Books. They're the ones that throw me loads of prizes to give out to you. Okay then, all we need to do now is take a look at this Crash cover. Not really a fan of that black and white cover. It just strikes me as being a little bit bland. Crash issue number 36. It was a Christmas special and it would have cost you £1.95. And there's about 3 Crash smashes that I'm going to review from out of this particular magazine. 2 of them I haven't got a clue how to play, and 1 of them I'm very poor at playing anyway. But we'll give it a go and bring them to you. Taking a look at this cover then, Crash Christmas Special. Gone into the stripe that goes across the corner, you know, the prize pool and everything like that. It's a beefy sized magazine for a Christmas special, and I remember this because I nearly missed it. I managed to get it though, but I got it in February when there was still some copies left. Surprisingly enough, my local corner shop just down the road from me kept me a copy back because I couldn't afford it first time round. I've got no money. Anyway, yeah. I think we'll have a look through we'll flick through a couple of these pages of this magazine, and what we'll do, we'll spread it over so that I can have a side-by-side comparison. Oh look, it's just moved to one side. Well, that's so I can fit the other page on. There we go. Yeah, so the next page would have been Kane, the Legend of. Imagine, that game looked brilliant, didn't it? Goodness me, it was tough to play. It was for me to start with. Then you've got the usual index, which is slightly obscured by my pictures, which I can only apologise about. But I can also fix that as well, because I can move the screen across, can't I? But why not? Why not? Shall we just fix that? Okay. This music's going to get repetitive very fast. I mean, it sounds great when you start your video review, but then it keeps playing. Next 2 pages, Masters of the Universe and Super Cycle. Look at the screenshot provided there. And in no chance they was going to show the Spectrum screenshot in a Spectrum magazine. They put the screenshot of another computer. Wait, it's a Sega, is it? I don't know what computer that is. I need to take a closer examination. Then we got the Great Gremlin 4-pack. Out of all those games, I wasn't a fan of Footballer of the Year. bad. Avenger was a good game. Trailblazer, loved the scrolling on that one. And Future Night wasn't bad either. But we need to get straight now to the Crash Smash. And also I need to change this AY music because it's getting on my nerves. Right, Starglide. This game has got two separate ratings, one for the 48k version and one for the 128k version. So, before we go there, I'm going to change this AY music to something a little bit less intense. Can you name the AY tune playing in the background? Well, actually, you probably won't because it's from a more modern game. But it's a great AY tune, but we'll use it anyways. I'm going to go for both of these ratings because I can, and there's a 48k and I will probably be playing the 128k version of this game. So the use of computer was 96%, the graphics was 95%, playability 95%, then of course we've got getting started 94%, addictive qualities 96%, value for money 92%, and I'll give you a little clue, this was £14.95, that's a lot of dough, you know what I mean, that's like a lot of dough. Back then, back in 87, was it 87, yeah, we just moved into 87, and the game in the background, Bubbler, is from the year 1987 too. Its overall rating for the 48k version was 95%. But this is where things get a little bit different because, strangely enough, the same game but slightly larger 1 to 8k version got a separate set of ratings. Yes, use of computer got 97%. What? Because you've got AY potentially in it or a few extra graphics, you get an extra percentage. Okay, I'll go with it. And then we go to 95 for graphics, 96 for playability. So the same game was 95% 48k and 96% playability for the 128k. It's the same game. How's it any less playable? I don't get that. Addictive qualities and getting started, they kind of stayed the same, I think, 94 and 95. Addictive qualities actually. Oh, no, sorry. Addictive qualities 98%. Addictive qualities before was 96, so it's gone up 2% because it's 128k. I'm just a little bit at a loss for words. What were they thinking is the words I'm looking for. Value for money. Yeah, okay, value for money stays exactly the same, does it? No, it's gone up by 3%. So the same game for £14.95 with a 128k or 48k, suddenly it's the same game. You get both games. You get the 128k game and you get the 48k game on the same tape. But value for money is different. I don't get that. It's the same game. You know, you got what? You load B side for the 128k, you load A side for the 48k, but you're getting both games. So surely the value for money for both games on the same tape, whether you've got 128k or not, should still be the same rating. But no, there's actually 3% difference. I'm becoming a bit of a grumpy old man now, aren't I? So yeah, overall rating then on the 48k was 95 compared to the 128k, which was 97%. Really? 2% more, and you get the same game. That's the research out the window because that's completely blown my mind. But anyway, let's give this game a play and see what can play it. Will it stand the test of time, and do I consider it a crash smash? These are quite high ratings, anything over 90%, but going into 95, 96 and 97%, especially 97% is quite unheard of. Yeah, let's select this game and get it put. Let's get it going. So I like to leave it to see what the loading screen's like. This would have cost you £14.95, but the publisher was Rainbird. I've never even heard of that before. Could it be Firebird? Firebird, I think it's just a misprint on my, yeah, I wasn't saying Rainbird, it doesn't look like. Anyway, we've got the dreadful bleep loader, so I'll be back in about 5 years from now when it finally loads to give you an actual gameplay. I'll show you the loading screen. Don't worry, I'm just going to pause this until the actual loading screen comes up because I hate this type of loading. And then why? What were they thinking? Do you know what? There is a bonus to this type of loading. If any part of this fails, you just rewind to the bit that failed and keep trying until it loads and skips past it. So really it made pirating of these games even easier than before, because even a bad copy could be adjusted slightly till you get the volume right so it would load. And that was the benefit of this particular game. Anyway, I'm going to have 40 winks and we'll come back just to see the loading screen. Well, that took forever. I mean, that took forever and ever just for the loading screen. I kid you not. Who the heavens thought that a beat loader extending the length of the game loading by giving it loads of heads was a good idea? Really? The words "let's hung, drawn and quartered" come to mind for the person that decided that that was a good way to load a game. Anyway, interestingly enough, there's a +3 disc version of this game, so it must be just the 1 to 8K on disc. Otherwise, perhaps we could have another set of ratings and have 3 different types of ratings for the same game. Or should we just have a +3 rating disc version and have an... Oh, don't go there. Anyway. Real-Time Game Software Limited presents Starglide. Not Starglider, by the way, completely different. Rain! Look! It says it there. Rainbird. It's got to be Firebird, hasn't it? Rainbird? What is all that about? Rainbird. I was right, and I corrected myself. I have noticed that the beat loader has ended. And it's gone to a normal loading, and it's just as well really, because this is the 128K version of the game, so I don't want to miss anything. It could be there forever. I'm kind of glad about that. Imagine a beat loader for 128K. My beard will be totally grey, let's put it that way. Still going, this was with the 128K version. Yeah, but I did mention that I think the loading screen's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. That does look futuristic. Unfortunately, you know, your graphics aren't going to be as good as the loading screen, but you would be looking forward to playing this game from that particular screen alone. That's very well done. It's very well drawn. You consider the... it's not like an explosion behind it, it's the jets coming out, the propulsion system of that Starglide, or Starglide. Yeah, it's not bad. Anyway, we're still a long way. This is going to be a long show today, simply because of this. This is an hour-long loading on its own, but I'll stick with it because I do like to get the original feel of the way games would have been played back in the day before the solution of SD cards, or indeed, shall we say, the disk drive. I should have just plugged my +3 in. By the way, all games today are played on the Spectrum Next, which is the follow-on to the Sinclair Spectrum, if you like. An original game, it's not emulation or simulation, it's real hardware. FPGA based hardware maybe, but it is real hardware designed to play Sinclair Spectrum games, and I stress I only play Spectrum games on real hardware. For instance, you can hear the sound of the toast rack in the background there playing the music for this enhanced toast rack though. I have done a few modifications so you get a slightly clearer sound, and I very rarely bring the toast rack out. I usually use the +2A because the +2A is stereo as well, which is pretty good. So is +3, although the +3's got real dodgy sound, unfortunately. I just want to play the game now. I'm fed up of waiting. You know, you get to that point in your life where you're thinking, have I gone totally grey? And finally the game has loaded, and nothing yet, but shows you the brief keys to press, and then it goes into a great AY tune. I mean, you can just enjoy this without me being on the screen. And that's very good. And it's stereo as well. I've noticed it's coming out of different speakers, so this would have been great on the +3 or +2A. You just take some research and find out who actually did the AY music for this. I'm going to use that. And the good thing is you get to see the loading screen over and over again, so if I'd have known that, I'd have just put the Z80 file in. But I like to get the feel. I'm ready for the game now. All I gotta do, sorry, that was me catching it. As soon as you press a button, it's great. Right, controls, you can redefine, or can we? Define key, yeah, well, Kemstern. We'll use the Kempston and press enter to start game. Okay, so we're lack of music, but wow. Oh, this is nice. Oh, crikey, crikey. This is nice. Are we meant to be destroying that? Yes. This feels really good. I've never actually played this before, but I tell you what, it's smooth scrolling. And when he's firing back at me as well, yes, yes. Obviously, the closer you are to them. So I presume, whoa, there's something around here attacking me. How quickly does he send? With there a certain amount of bullets are there? Oh, let's avoid that for now. I mean, we can span back round. Oh wow, 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 look at the wireframe graphics on this are brilliant, aren't they? Can you destroy that even? Whoa. I'll take it that as a no. Do we have any other missiles? Looks like a land cruising tank, doesn't it? That is just a bird, isn't it? Or is it a bird you can shoot? It looks like, wow, the graphics are amazing considering. That's just disappeared, so obviously that was just an animal. Whoa. Right, this has got a great feel to it. It's the fact that you don't just suddenly fly past things as you're firing. And there's a variation in the graphics. I mean, the wireframe graphics aren't bad at all. Oh, that bird's firing. Whatever that is meant to be, some sort of ship, but it even flaps like a bird though, doesn't it? There's a lot of action going on here. You don't just wait. You know, wireframe games usually these sort of things can be a bit dull. I bet you have to shoot those in a certain way, don't you? Do I have to shoot the legs or something? I'm missing the legs. Can I hit the main body? I'm hitting it with everything. It's just not dying. Can you even kill that? And now just as it gets closer, the frame rate's slowing down somewhat. So let's move out of the way of that and see if we can get something that's a little bit easier. Oh, that's launched 3 ships at me. Right, I see. That's a launching pad of some sort. Well, I just crashed through that. Something's flashing red. I don't know whether that's my energy, but yeah, I am kind of critical. I can see all sorts of dots on the bottom screen in the radar, and that must be where these bad guys are. got it. First shot. This is... I'm not just hitting the random button here. I'm trying to get them in the target view. I'm really impressed with this. This is quite good. I didn't expect it to be this good. I was expecting to be disappointed, especially after waiting that long. So there's a reason why he got that rating, and I'll tell you what, I'm not going to change it for the world. I'm thinking that, yeah, it's worth the 90% plus. The wireframe graphics are really quite good. They're just, you know, there's no broken bits. They're scaling up quite nicely, especially for the Spectrum. There's a lot happening on the screen. There is a few frame rate differences. Don't know how to destroy this, whether you hit it in the legs or just fly through it. Or maybe you've got to have a grappling hook. Is there other buttons you press to do that? And this one's even got a Voisin tactics. Yeah, that's a launch pad from some sort. I've just crashed into it, so I've caused myself some damage. Whoa, here we go. Look, see how they launch from that? That's a launch pad. Or is it just shooting some sort of laser weapon at you in retaliation? Maybe I should just read the instructions. Well, I'm flashing red, so I must be in trouble, but yeah. It could be a long game, this. Very like the Star Wars, but that's a tank. Yeah, that's so definitely a tank, isn't it? And the further you travel, you know, because I'm going east, the further east I'm going, the more... Now there's a rip-off of Star Wars where you got to shoot the top ends. Yeah. That's very rip-off of Star Wars there. The Star Wars game anyways, you know, where you got to shoot the top of the towers. It's got a good... The explosions are great, but the actual shooting, the it's a bit dull, you know. I'll knock it down for that. Oh look, I'm getting good now with the targeting. Naturally, if you're on the level horizon, you naturally seem to be able to target it a little bit, but yeah. So you can't go flying miles up. Am I out of bullets? I have a rocket somewhere, so I need to launch a rocket. Or shall I just crash? I'm going to just ram it. Oh, I didn't even ram it. Okay, I've seen enough of that game, but I'll tell you what, I'm really impressed with it. I should give it a longer pro, really. Okay, I'm not so sure about the value for money, £14.95, but you can see there's a lot of work gone into this game. A bit of it's a bit of a rip-off from Star Wars. That definitely shooting the tower tops, definitely was. Haven't got full grips on what to do with it, but from first impressions I would say, yeah, it definitely deserves a crash smash. I'm impressed with the wireframe graphics and the way it moves. It seems to float. So it's not like where you some games where you can press left and you end up flying miles left. No, this one you're able to retain control quite easily, so you're not flying completely past. Still, at the same time, you've got the right level of difficulty in order to be able to target and be able to shoot whatever it is you need to shoot. There's not a lot going on the screen, but you can see how you can get quite into this and get addicted, but you certainly can see plenty of... I mean, 3 or 4 wireframe things on a screen at once at particular times in the game is pretty impressive anyways. But yeah, I'd say I'll give that a 9 out of 10 myself personally. As always, leave your comments in the comments below. This particular game I've had on my show previously, a vampire game, and the ratings are as follows. I'm going to be honest, £9.95 for this. Yeah, it's an isometric game. It's got a crash smash, so we'll give it a go, and yeah, Piranha Soft. User computer 90%, graphics 93%, playability 92%, getting started 87%. Addictive qualities was 92%, value for money 91%, but its overall rating, so it's got a 91% overall rating as well. Let's have a look at the loading screen. You can see there's a few screenshots there, and they are Spectrum screenshots as well. Hopefully we'll see the loading screen. Yep, there you go. As you can see, I'm loading it the way it should be loaded. Rubbish. The word comes to mind. The loading screen to me just looks weird. It doesn't look right. It's sort of out of proportion. It's like the nick's broken. Do you know what I mean? Is he a Vulcan or a vampire? Because he's got those ears. I don't know. It's just supposed to be bat ears, but it's not. You know, it's just. I don't know. There's not enough happening there. What is good about the screen? I'll give the right and the top. You know, fair enough. You know, the name of the game is well written, and then it just seems to go downhill there. That is just one. I mean, look at the size of her nostrils. They're huge. Her nostrils are bigger than her mouth opening. I mean, the proportions aren't quite right, but they could have done a hell of a lot better than that, surely. You know, I'm not impressed with the loading screen. Let's put it that way. Will the actual game be more impressive? Game's loaded, and now we got a fair few options to choose from. We can define our keys. Well, what we could do, I suppose. Should we try that first of all, so as at least I know what it is I've got to press? Okay, these are weird keys. ZX, N and M. Symbol shift, pick up and drop. Okay, press 0 to return. Well, no, we'll go for 1. You've got to press number 1, and then of course we're going to go some traditional key, shall we? Forwards will be Q, backwards will be A. Pick up and drop, because I'm using the Spectrum Next keyboards. We'll start there. Okay, press 0 to return to menu, and then we're going to play a new game. Oh, and there's music. So what I'll have to do here is, although I prefer the black and white music in the background. Yeah, we've got a usual isometric game, haven't we? Now, there may be a door that you can see you can go out of, but sometimes, just as I thought, yeah, that just looks like a bedroom, but boy, is this bedroom massive, because it actually rotates round. Can we pick that up, whatever it is? Yeah, we got a lamp. We may need that for darker rooms. Who knows? And yeah, I think that we can't. You see, that's where it gets confusing. The guy's graphical character is pretty good though, isn't it? We don't want to go outside yet, because according to that, right, we can see that there's no passageway there by the way the bricks change, but there is a passageway here, and that must lead to the outside, and this must be, yeah, your name is Jonathan, is it? Okay. Unusual name. I'll remember this, those dreadful spiders. So, they follow you around, do they? Yeah, they're sort of homing on you, but yeah, okay, Jonathan, you need to get out of here. That's what we'll do. Ooh. I don't know, I think there's steps leading up to that arch. Can we get up there? Yeah, it automatically lifts up, so yeah. And there's another item on the table, let's pick that up. I'm not so sure about the music. The music can be quite annoying. And we've already got one lamp, and that looks just like another lamp. I don't know what we need that for. Did we just swap? going to make a run for it because I've got a feeling I'm going to get attacked here, and I did say that it was. So what are these things we're collecting? I don't even know, but I've seen worse than isometric games. We can't go that way, but we definitely can get out. This is where you'd probably need to use the lamp, isn't it? So we drop the lamp there for some unknown reason because it's gone dark, and we can't go out that way. So it's a case of choose the left door or right door, and in this case, I'm going to choose the right door, and it might not be the right door, but it was the right door that I went through. Well, graphically, I mean, it's good that they got floor texture, and the outside feel like I've just done a big circle, have I? And is there something on the floor over there? No, it's just a spider. Look, it freezes the spider in the following room so you don't have to rather collide with it, if you know what I mean. But I haven't run into any real nasties that I haven't got to avoid. I feel like I have just walked around in a circle here, so maybe now it's time to go through this door that leads us supposedly to a new section. Is that a passageway down there? You can't really tell, can you? But oh wow, that was a bat. We're on a ledge of some sort, so that's pretty cool. And we've got a grand staircase, but I can't seem to get past the bat, so I've got to do a run for it. We're going downstairs. Cool. But how slowly is he moving down the stairs? We can't go there. I can see there's a coffin rise, and that's me dying, so yeah. I have played that before, and I don't think it was a crash smash. I'm sorry, but I would have said it's okay. It didn't got that same appeal as Batman movie. Even Sweevo's World felt better. It's quite good graphically, but playability wise, a lot of times I ain't got a clue what I've got to do. It's not difficult, but at the same time, where'd you get the weapon and stuff like that? So it'd be quite a hard play, if you know what I mean. You've got to really get into it, and I don't have the time to do that anymore, so I probably won't go back and play it. So for me, it's good, but it's not a smash good. So I'd say 8 out of 10. Do you agree? Well, it doesn't matter. By the way, today's show is only a matter of opinion, and it's my opinion that I like to share with you because it's my love of nostalgia and the early game of British gaming industry. Started with the ZX81s, Spectrums and Commodores, so we're going back and reviewing them. And with that said, let's move on to the next Crash Smash. Contact, Sam Cruise. You may recognise this guy that sort of did School Days and Back to School. This is done in much of a similar vein. It's held in high regard with those two games. This one not so much so because it's not remembered as fondly as School Days and Back to School. Back in 1986 this did come out, and it was £7.95. You use a computer, 91%. Graphics 92%, playability 88%, getting started 90%, addictive quality is 93%, value for money 93%, which is considering it's £10, you know, and there was a lot of budget games. I would have rated better than that. And its overall rating then was a whopping 93%, giving it that honourable mention as a Crash Smash. It got the badge of a Crash Smash. So check out the loading screen, which is coming up right now for you. There. yeah, it's okay. It's got a vintage phone. You can see it's sort of in that True B hat that he's wearing, which I've got one on myself today, simply because it stops the light reflecting and blinding the camera. It also gives the illusion that there may be hair underneath here. Who am I trying to kid? Anyway, it's not bad. And you've got the software house, the name of the software house down the side there. The actual contact is cool. So this is going to be one of those type of games that's you do various tasks, but how to play it, I haven't got a clue. Whether this has got 128k sound, I haven't got a clue too, but I believe it'll probably only be 48k. I haven't tested it yet on the 128k. I'm loading it on a I'm going to load it on a simple 48k Spectrum to see if it works on that quite well later on. At the moment I'm using the Next simply because it makes filming a little bit easier, and my age, you know, to make things as easy as possible. Anyway, with all that said, let's get into the game and see if there's any sound to it. So the game starts, you can see there's a phone ringing, you just got the one window as a demo, press any key. Yeah, I remember playing this now, and it's a strange game. I mean, it's, you know, it's not my niche game, but I do like the fact that you get a demo so I don't have to play it. In fact, I can drink this and give it a rating. It gets a little bit confusing because you go up the stairs, you can get lost slightly. If you can sort of disappear, and you don't, you know, he's going to go up these stairs possibly. Very similar to graphic style of the school days, except without having to change the names, I don't think. But it's really what gives this game. It's the background graphics, isn't it? I mean, even the police officer coming down the stairs. That's just clever. That's just clever. And look, I think you get arrested carrying truncheons like that. Right next to the police station, it looks like there's a brothel. It's so great. And I think that guy, is he carrying a gun or a newspaper? We'll soon find out because he's going into the rodeo. That must be a hotel. So he's going to go upstairs, and of course you have to search and do various tasks. Yeah, it can be confusing how to get upstairs. I like the way the lights have just gone off. That's clever. He's just turned the lights off and he's moving up a level. And it looks like there's a henchman at the top. I mean, it's just... You're going up a skyscraper here, and I think that's rather clever. You know, I mean, it's giving it that large dimension. I never really got into this game, but I can see why it was given such a high rating. There's a lot going on here, you know, and of course after school days, it's pretty good. I think we'll just skip ahead a little bit. It's like having a good play off camera. I kind of got into it a little bit, so oops. That's me. I'm knocking my own audio leads here, but I won't edit these servers out. Do I think it's worth a crash smash? Well, I thought that was a bit generous, to be fair. I, again, would say it was an 8 out of 10, which is still a high rating, but I don't think it's in that genre of crash smash. But then you could argue that graphically it's really quite good. But after school days and back to school, I kind of got over games like this, if you know what I mean. And I didn't get to play much of this, to be fair, because I'd already moved on. But I like the clever touches in it. You can't knock it out of there. But for me, it was an 8 out of 10. Spectrum next game now, one that I've been eager to play. This is a sort of follow-on to Delta Shadow, and this is going to be interesting to say the least. Starts with a great intro and great AY music. Guns and Gears, is it? I think it's... And just like Delta Shadow with the Spectrum Next, you've got the little intro. Delta Shadow intro is pretty good. Now, I have to admit that Delta Shadow was my favourite game on the Spectrum Next as of so far. The other games that were pretty good was Tiberian, I like that. Warhawk's okay, Beggars in Space is okay. But yeah, Delta Shadow's the go-to game. And there we go. Guns and Gears. From 2021, and this is the first time I've actually played it on the Retro Robbins Show. Press a key. Let's go for the settings first of all. Quality high, yeah. Okay, everything's on there. Controls. Right, I'm happy with the controls from sound. Everything's good there, system. Okay, that's fine by me. All we got to do is play the game. Turn it down a touch because it's a bit loud. Oh dear. Something's approaching. Into the game we go then. So, yeah, so look. Yeah, so if you press A on your control pad, it can tell you what you need to do. I don't think we can jump up on any of these levels yet. But yeah, it wasn't quite clear. Oh, we can't jump up there, so... Oh, wow. So we go try and get to the gun fast. I've no idea where I'm going, but I can see that without a gun we're not going to go very far. This is a mover. Oh, conveyor belt. Ah, instant death. I went too far down the ladder. Okay. You have to go an awful long way to find a gun, don't you? Well, at the moment it's got everything that Delta Shadows. So that's good. We've got a suit of some sort. I think we should just wait. You can't get me one there, so... Oh dear, get back down the ladder. Didn't take any damage that time. I use a jump to try and get up the ladder a bit quicker. And we got a gun! So it's, yeah, okay, great. We can dish out some of what we've been taking. Are there a amount of weapons, or is it? Oh, brilliant. Yeah. Can we fire at angles as well, dude? That was a shield. I like the fact we got a shield. Now, I did see one screen earlier where we might need to blast through it. Just gotta wait for the belt to come out. Okay. This is really good. This is really quite good. This is this sort of games I really like. Okay, so got it. Does that stay blown up? Yeah, okay. Because I did see a barrier a little bit earlier, and I like to backtrack slightly to make sure that... oh no, we're sealed, aren't we? That was only one way I could go. Okay. Yeah. We can't get up there. Yep. We can proceed with this game even further. Is that water? A bit like Delta Shadow. Yeah. There's always a water section. And you've got the same piranhas. Oh. Now those look a bit difficult to me. Lost a bit of health there. You don't get the slide option, do you? I haven't seen anywhere you can slide like you can in Delta Shadow. Instant death. Where do I start? Where do I start? Oh, brilliant. Just started the screen. This is, yeah, this is really quite good. I can see the track's going to go upwards and around in a spiral. So I presume I'm going to be fast on the draw here for every time I see a baddie. I'm not so sure whether I could jump onto that platform. These sort of games I really do enjoy, to be fair. Oh, I wonder if I could get up there. There's a heart there, so I could do with trying to get up there. Although you can't really jump that high, can you? So, is that the end? It is. It's the end. For the next 10 out of 10, absolutely brilliant. I love that game. I can't wait to get into that and really give it a good play. I was a fan of Delta Shadow. I'm certainly a fan of this too. Yeah, it's great. It's graphically all it needs to be. It's got good music in the background. It's not repetitive, and it's the sort of game that would have wowed you back in the day for the arcade. So yeah, this is great. This is what you're competing with the Amiga with. An Amiga killer game. Imagine this on the Amiga, you'd have been praising it up like galore. You know, this is brilliant. I'm really impressed with that. Guns and Gears, another version of Delta Shadow. And let's hope there's a few more games similar to this. I really enjoyed. Can you tell? A blast from the recent retro past, Johnny the Ghost. This is a little puzzle game that I've quite been enjoying, and I thought I'll give it a second shout out. I did review it earlier on in Retro Robbins episodes, but you can jump up the levels, you can start from scratch. I'm going to show you the concept of the game, and I recommend that you give it a play. This is available on itch.io, and it's got great AY sound as well as great playability. Puzzle game then, using the keys QA, OP and that's it, QAOP. There's no fire required, or not that I know of. All you got to do is collect the helmets, and you're going to do it as quick as you can, really, because you get time, a little time capsule at the bottom that counts down. So you can't really hang about. But the first few screens you will absolutely fly through. Just basically push the blocks and solve the puzzle to get to the helmets. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pause it. I'm going to go through the first few levels until I find one that's more interesting for you to have a look at. That first real level that starts to give you more of a challenge than you expected is this one. You've got to sort of mind your business a little bit here on the way you go. So for instance, if you push the wrong block at the wrong time, you can end up trapping yourself. generally speaking, these levels, the first 20 or so are quite easy, but then it gets almost like you can't solve the puzzle. For instance, this level did get me going for a little bit, and I know that I think I need to push that over first, because that can be collected, not a problem, and then there you go, pretty easy really. Some of the first levels are quite easy to solve. And there we go. Another one. This could be quite a challenge, couldn't it? So, I presume you've got to drop that down there. Or have you? Because I'm stuck now. Right, so maybe I can push that down there. Now I should be able to okay. Oh, I see. I got it right. What I got to do is I got to run out of time. I understand how to do that. That took a little bit of brain teasing for me. So yeah, gotta be quick. 36 to go. Okay. We'll push you back that way. Then we'll. Oh. 21. I've cracked it though. You can see I've cracked it. That wasn't as easy as it looked, was it? That one was quite a taxing game. And so on, so forth. So you get the general idea of the game. Think because we got to push that one down. I may have come unstuck here because I need to build those blocks up in one. So you press R to restart. We'll try again. Easy that one was. Okay. I'm stuck. Johnny the Ghost, worth a go. I'll give that a good solid 8.5 out of 10 for playability reasons. If you like your puzzles with good gateway sound and good graphics, that's a game to check out. So there's a blast from the recent retro past that's worth a go again. Oops. This made me laugh earlier today. They sold 1,000,003. So did they? Fighter Pilot, yes. Rambo, yes. Ghostbusters, yes. But Kung Fu Master? But we did love these. Hit Squad's Massive was probably a better one than that other one. Paperboy, the Boxing, Commando and Airwolf. That was certainly worth it. But no, I wouldn't have gone for the sold 1,000,003 with the fact that Kung Fu Master was on there. And that was dreadful by Ocean for ever releasing that. Never mind. But moving on. This is a Crash Smash that I didn't bother reviewing. I don't really able to play it hard enough to give it a rating, so I thought I'll give this one a miss on this occasion. We can always come back to this. I wasn't overly impressed with it, to be honest, so I don't think I would have given it a smash, but anyway, that's just an honourable shout out for one that we've left out of today's show from out of Crash 36. On to the last game of the day. Last game of today on the Retro Robbins Show, Operation MOO. I may have played this before. All these AGD engine games kind of give you a bit of familiarity, if you know what I mean. They seem all the same. Greatly interesting loading screen. A cow that gets abducted by aliens. and gets all sorts of things probed into it, probably, you know. Close encounters of the carrying kind? No, that was an attempt at a joke and it just horribly went wrong, but it was better in rehearsal, but I'll leave that in anyways. Probably funnier. Yeah, great looking screen there. That's some nice graphics. The cow is well done and the alien with the gun is well done as well. So, the music's nice. It's nice. But will the game be as good as the loading screen, title screen and music that is provided? Well, we're going to give it a go. Target, okay. It kind of tells me what to do. An object, complete your mission. Oh, okay, let's do this. Okay, I'm this graphical character down the bottom, can't go through that barrier, and I don't know what's there, but just realised that's the X-Files tune, isn't it? How clever! That's I'll give it marks out of that one. Should we go down or should we go up? Because I presume you'll go down there. We'll go up, shall we? You do have an energy bar that runs out, so you can only propel yourself so high. Ah, well, those green things are avoidable, are they? Everything's avoidable, I think. Ah, I collected something, or did I die? I collected something. I take it I can't go through this barrier. I can see there's a cow there. I need to rescue that cow, don't I? Okay. Can't shoot through that barrier, is there? So, let's have a look at the screen. Do they link each other? We can see we've got a trace to go down there. I need to get a key, probably. I bet if I drop on that green at the bottom, I will probably die. Oh. Aha. Moo. Are you free? Okay, we got one of what we need. We got no keys, so I presume there's a place where you can find keys. This looks so familiar. It's a little avoidance game, really. You've got to avoid all the spikes. There's no point shooting the monsters on these games because they come back straight away, don't they? I can see we got our spells of key there. We've got a key which might come in handy. It's almost as if we're underwater because there's little fish with bubbles coming from it. Do we have a certain amount of bullets? Oh, the AY tune. It's progressive and it's also very nice. I'm liking this, to be fair. I know it's AY, done with the AGD engine, and these can be familiar, but there's something about it. I don't know what it is. I presume once you kill one of these, that barrier opens. Only the one comes out of water. One down. I need to kill both of them. I need to recharge my E, which is my jetpack propulsion. Come on, I need to shoot. Get some energy back. Of energy. Got to build my energy back up. I've got one key though. Maybe if I stay at the bottom. Can't tell. I like the way the music slightly disappeared as well. I can't tell if they're actually hitting him because it doesn't always make a noise. He's getting further away. Oh good, they're not deadly. I can see a pattern occurring. Yes. Ah, there we go. So you do kill both of them. Gotta wait till I recharge there before I can get to the top. What do you want me to do? Don't keep waving your arms at me. There you go. 2. Whatever 40 means. They must be lives. As I say, there's no real point killing all the monsters because I just took a bit of a bad beat. They just come back anyways as soon as you enter the screen, which is a shame because I like it if once you kill something it stays dead or something different happens. Losing a lot of lives here. Where am I? 15. I'm down to 10. This could be a very short go indeed. That's where I got the key from, wasn't it? So yeah. I've been along that bottom, haven't I? So, yeah. This is familiar. I'm not. Think I've been here before, have I? Oh, right. Quick, get out of the way! Oh, the music's great. I've got to give it penance for the music. The music's really quite good. Right, we're at the starting screen. So if we're at the starting screen, we've got a key. Is it one of them where I kill that for the barrier to open? I'll wait for my energy to charge up, of course. Yes. And now we've got to kill that one for the barrier to open and get another MOO. Oh, so that's just for that? So we've done all the downstairs route, haven't we, shall we say? We've been up there. I wonder if I can get through that barrier now with the key that I've got. Yes. I see. Okay, it's pretty clear what you're doing with this game. It's not too bad, to be fair. Oh. I don't want to be dead now, do I? I'll take it with those red zones, it's going to drop down to progress 23%. There's no extra lives knocking about either, so... Just annoying waiting for that to charge up. Yeah, you're going to wait for that heat to build up before you can thrust up a little bit, and finally. Alright, that opened the gate down there, I see. trying to blast it for I don't know what reason. Ah, dead. Game over. I tell you what. I quite enjoyed that. Could you tell? First time I played it, and yeah, I just want to see how far I can get now. 23% can't be that long of a game, to be fair. Music great, graphics, yeah, they're okay-ish, you know. Marks out of 10 though. I'm going to give that a good 8.5 out of 10. And that's quite high for something with an AGD development tool, but I do like the ending scene. The only downside, I'm going to give it 8 out of 10, not 8.5. I'm going to downrate it. There's no ending music, you know, where you suddenly die, but there isn't an ending theme itself, just sort of thing. It just shows you a good screen where you've bit the dust. And with that, I think it's time to end today's show. Hopefully, anyways. Cue the music. So we've had a various amount of games there, just one new next game, one new games, about 3 crash reviews, re-reviewed and re-rated for my personal opinion on whether they should have been a crash or not. I hope you enjoyed the show. As always, enjoy me on the live show when I'm probably giving out more prizes than ever before, thanks to Fusion Retro Books, who's provided some of the gifts that I'm able to give out on the Retro Robbins Show, an official, shall we say, sponsor of the show, which is great because I'm able to get some of the books to you who have not actually had purchase of them, and maybe you'll inquire in getting them on a regular basis. Next was fantastic. The next Kickstarter was quite the talking point. The next time you see me, hopefully, we'll be on another Retro Robbins show. But if you want to see me in person, remember I'm one of the guys that helps to organise the Crash Live event in Kenilworth in this coming November, which is on a 2-day event this time round. So you'll have it on a Saturday and a Sunday with talks from various different people, including the return of the Spectrum show live with Jeff and his partner in crime, Paul Jenkinson. I had to think, you know, it doesn't come to me. In the meantime, thanks everybody for watching my live stream. It's great to have you along for the ride. Thanks to all of my new subscribers, thanks to my old subscribers, and hopefully I can bring you more retro content. So in the meantime, depending on when you watch this, have a good working week or weekend, and I'll see you again soon, hopefully on the next live or even the next Retro Robbins show. I need to get some more next games on, don't I? Emo's gone to sleep. Take care everyone, bye for now.
In our hearts, from Sinclair to Commodore, where do we start? 8-bit computing in the modern age, where vintage computers take center stage. It's the Retro Robbins Show, Retro Robbins Show. Plug in a joystick and let the good vibes grow. The Retro Robbins Show, go live, subscribe, stay in the know. We've got reviews and gaming vibes, we do upgrades and repairs, all of it live. So come to the channel and just drop in. Take off your hat, let the show begin. Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go. It's the Retro Robbins Show, Retro Robbins Show. Plug in your computer, let the good vibes grow. The Retro Robbins Show, go live, subscribe, stay in the know. Oh yeah, take it away. Oh yeah, take it away.